Okay, so with Starting Block, we typically talk a lot about like the tips and the techniques for getting a business started, from kind of going from 0 to 1 in your very first business. And that stuff is super useful. I think it's very practical, it's very pragmatic. You can go through the course in a short amount of time, and I think it gets people launched. I think it gets people up and running and hopefully generating revenue. But one of the things that I feel like we're talking more about lately is the emotional side of entrepreneurship, the emotional side of starting your own business. And this is real stuff because, I don't know that starting your own business or being an entrepreneur is any riskier than having a normal job these days, right? Like, I don't know that a lot of companies have a lot of loyalty towards their employees and vice versa. And so I don't know that it's necessarily more risky, but there is a level of uncertainty that is can be hard to tolerate, can be hard to work with. And so being an entrepreneur is oftentimes full of, days or weeks where you win big and you close all the deals and you get, all the proposals are said yes to. And then there are certain weeks where everybody says no to your stuff. And, they don't want your services, they don't have the budget, whatever the thing is. And so to have the emotional resilience to be able to deal with that, to tolerate the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship is a real thing. And it's a thing that you can develop. It's not you either have it or you don't. It is certainly a thing that you can develop. So personal story, like this week, I lost out on a couple of different potential coaching clients, as well as a consulting gig that we were doing for a client, and or that we had proposed for a client. Anyway, it all represented about $34,000 to me personally after expenses. And so that might not sound like a lot of money to you guys out there, or it might sound like a fortune. I don't know, but like it was a decent sized chunk of change and revenue that would have come in over the next few months. And so I got to be honest with you though, like I'm not upset. And so this is the interesting thing. I don't know if it's because I've been an entrepreneur for a long time and I just kind of know that this is how it goes. Or I also kind of choose to believe that the universe or God, or however you want to put it, is like looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably wasn't supposed to get those gigs for one reason or another. And that actually brings me some comfort. I actually kind of feel like, oh, somebody's got my back, and they were like, nope, you don't want that one. That's not going to work out. So, oftentimes things work out exactly like they're supposed to. And I don't know what would have happened with any of these coaching clients or with any of these gigs, but today I find myself being incredibly grateful that I didn't get these things. I also find it to be a learning opportunity for why I didn't. So I definitely go back and do a little bit of a postmortem to take a look at the proposals or my email communication to see where I could improve. Maybe I didn't understand the problem correctly. I'm not real sure, but it gives me the opportunity, the prompt to go back and take a look at why I didn't get it. And then lastly, I have the opportunity or the drive to continue to do more. Like, some days this stuff will put you on the sidelines and it'll make you want to kind of quit or, maybe take a couple of days off. Today, I'm actually more driven than I think I was before. The idea of having that much work sounds fun. That kind of work sounds fun. Maybe I was just the wrong clients. So anyway, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, if you don't have a choice but to be an entrepreneur like me, and what I mean by that is that like you just could never go back to a job. You're only probably able to work for yourself. And there's a lot to be said for having a job, right? The security, the safety of, a paycheck that's going to come in once a month, or, somebody telling you what to do and you just kind of go execute on it. There's a lot to be said for that. That offers a lot of like safety, security, hope. And being an entrepreneur is a very different thing. But for those of us that don't have a choice, I would say like we have to build this resilience muscle, to be able to deal with the down weeks. And then we get to celebrate the good weeks. So anyway, here's to you. It's been a good week, even though I didn't make as much money as I hoped.